It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck with Mark Peterson and Karen Guz, Vice President of Conservation. Right? Did I do that right?
You got it.
Yay! With San Antonio Water System. And we are sitting on the porch here at Milberger's. We can give you the weather forecast. It's cloudy.
And windy.
And a little windy, yes. Which brings to mind a question, but you can come with, if you've got a picture of something or you want to come to Milberger's, it's a good day to come. Cyclamen and Christmas trees and other stuff for you. Perfect. Or you can come by and ask your gardening question in person or call us at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. So here's my question. So we talk about, and I kind of see it at home a little bit today, but temperature is easy to understand. If it gets below blank, cover or move or do whatever. We talk about wind damage, but we don't talk about miles per hour, or is there a certain, like, okay, these plants will be fine if it's, just 10 to 20 miles per hour, or if it's going to be gusts of 40 miles per hour, get them covered, get them protected, or do we worry about that with wind? Thoughts?
Usually, the bigger the leaf, the more susceptible to wind damage. As a general rule, I like my general rules. And the thinner it is, the more susceptible.
The thinner it is, too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So think of if you have some tropical plants that have big leaves. So it's not only tropical, but they may tear and rip apart with the wind. I can't give you
Philodendron, if it were in an exposed place.
There you go.
Big leaves, but if it's in a sheltered spot, it'll probably be fine.
So that's why we like the cut leaf, because the wind will pass through rather than ripping it up as much.
Oh, okay.
So there's another form of philodendron that's a round one.
Oh, the cut leaf philodendron. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought thought it was a gardening practice to cut the leaves. It's like, what?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's like, why am I? I'm just hearing about this now. Okay, never mind.
No, the cut leaf philodendron.
Okay.
So I can't give you an exact mile per hour.
Okay.
Frankly, I've never thought of it.
I haven't either. I think it's like an issue of, is it exposed and going to get beat up versus where it is.
Now, the combination of cold, dry winds is worse than just wind and
that's
temperature.
Interesting. Okay.
So not only will it be windy, but it'll be desiccating. The usually cold, dry winds cold winds are usually dry, so they will desiccate out the foliage. And if the ground is dry or semi-frozen, the plant can't bring up moisture to replace that drying out by the wind. So then you'll have what's commonly called burning.
Okay, and that kind of goes back to, I guess, what you talked about yesterday, too, was the benefits of, not watering the day before a freeze.
But you want to water a week ahead, 4 to 7 days.
Okay.
But we got that a lot at SAWS. People would be, I want to water that night.
As it's freezing,
yes.
which is really not recommended.
Dear, really?
No.
Yes, we'd have people call who, it's good if they called, because they might call and say, I want to water in the middle of the day because it's going to freeze in an hour. Yeah. Will I be violating? And the answer was, well, yes, you would be, and it's also just not a good idea. So
It was those opportunities to educate.
It was good.
Which we always look
not many
forward to.
calls like that, but a few, and that's a good teachable moment.
There you go, teachable moment. That's
all right. Let's see. Al's sending me back the forecast for the week, but I was going to check out. Yeah, it's
still chilly all week.
Yeah,
but not freezing. Not going to get close to anywhere close to a hard freeze.
What were the numbers? Because I guess Karen had asked me earlier.
What's that?
I was asking Mark, the meteorologist Mark Peterson. What's the weather going to do?
He does so much. He's so talented.
Renaissance man. So I thought he'd know.
Let's see.
I failed my classes. That's why I didn't become a meteorologist.
20% chance of showers after midnight, low around 44 this evening. And Monday, I got a little different temperature, Al. 53 for the high. And Monday night, 40 for the low.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a little higher.
A little higher?
Yeah.
Okay. Al had,
keep going.
Al had 39. Mostly sunny on Tuesday. High near 59 and 44 for the low, and then 65 Wednesday. Calm winds.
So for people who never get to break out their sweaters, now's the opportunity to break out the sweaters.
Yes.
Oh, Al says 60% chance of showers on Thursday.
We'll take
that's
it.
good.
That's good.
We'll take
more rain.
anything above 40.
The aquifer's gone up a couple feet.
All right.
Yay. We'll take more.
Yeah.
Start the year at a higher level. That's always good.
All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. And lots of things here at Milberger's. And a reminder that next Saturday and Sunday, it's Milberger's big annual open house with lots of fun stuff. Train rides through the Christmas forest. Oh, there goes a tree now. Yay. Just tied to somebody's car. And but we can talk about the trees they have here. But lots of great trees and pictures and balloon art and face painting and all kinds of fun. And Santa, that's right. Thank you. Santa will be here taking pictures. So
with either your puppy or your child.
Yes, or both.
Or both.
You have dogs?
No.
I have a grand dog.
Oh, okay. What kind of dog is your grand dog?
A little guy.
Okay.
Little mix. I'd steal him if my daughter would let me, but
okay.
I'm not. He just visited.
Oh, okay. I've been kind of, I don't know, when you get on Facebook and you watch one video, then I'm being hit up by Border Collie videos, which I like, and Corgi videos and stuff like that.
They're all cute.
Yeah.
But you don't want a Border Collie unless you want to be as active as the Border Collie.
Yes, that's about right. Yeah, she is a trip. All right.
I have semi-feral cats, a tuxedo cat.
Okay.
And then last night I found I have semi-feral possums.
Really?
and raccoons.
Feeding them all.
That'd be cool to see.
Well, guess who left out the food?
Aha.
And come outside to pick it up last night. And hi guys.
That'll do it. And the possums, I don't mind. I'm not fond of the raccoons.
Oh, well.
We've had them get in our attic. So I like raccoons, but just not in the attic.
Yeah. No, neither one in the attic. So, so it was like, hi, what y'all do? Well, I'm so glad you're together.
Aw. And what did they say back? Anything? Or did they?
No, they're
too busy eating.
They looked a little put out.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it was.
That's my experience with
raccoons. That's what the look was. I didn't know exactly, but that's what it was.
That's right. Less yapping, more food out here. What do you say, buddy?
I swear mine practically knocked on the door and said, water?
Yeah.
Water?
The raccoons look like they could do it, too. Yes, sir.
So that's what. But I have a lovely cat named Carrie. It's a semi-feral tuxedo cat. And Carrie comes around when she wants to, and it's named after Cary Grant because we didn't know whether it was she or
I got you. So it can be both for Carrie. Yeah. And the tuxedos are pretty cats.
They are cute.
It is a pretty
They're
cat.
Very pretty.
And they're fun. They all of a sudden do zoomies and crazy stuff. But very pretty.
You say semi-feral, so does it come in the house occasionally? Oh,
nope.
okay.
Yeah. It
but
just
semi-friendly? That's what?
Oh, yeah. So it took a while, but now it enjoys pets, and even lately on the lap, which is a big advancement.
My daughter has, I have a grand cat, too. My other daughter has, I think of him as a semi-feral house cat named Walter. He's a grumpy old man. And he usually doesn't like humans, except his humans.
Yes.
So you visit, and he's giving you baleful stares. Get out of my house.
Yeah, and I can picture that. Cats do that.
They do. You know what a cat thinks.
Yes, that is
not
absolutely
a secret.
No, absolutely. Dogs are kind of they're plotting. Okay, let's see if this person's going to feed me, or I'm going to get pets. Yeah, cats just yes or no. All right. Enough about pet talk. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. All righty. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
So, Mark, tell me again. You have special Christmas trees here.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. You were describing this.
Yes. So the vast majority of our trees that we have here, Christmas trees, are Fraser firs and Nordum firs. And so last couple of weeks ago, when I was talking to the staff here on what was going to be provided, they said Nordum and Fraser. So I did my research, and I found out that I didn't know this. Nordum firs are native to Anatolia and the Caucasus, and they are Europe's #1 Christmas tree. And they are special because they have low scent levels, and they retain their needles for a very long time. And Fraser firs are native to southern Appalachia at the higher altitudes, and they are endangered.
Oh,
which is really interesting that they are one of the #1 Christmas trees in America, but they're
endangered as native in the wild.
Native in the wild, but they are grown profusely throughout South and the Midwest.
Christmas tree farms and stuff. Huh, okay.
Yeah, and they retain their needles for a very long time as well. And we have a few noble firs scattered throughout, but Christmas trees, since I was in school, way back in the last millennia, they gradually changed from pines to firs. So a lot of you see Christmas trees now on lots and where have you are almost all firs.
Okay.
And the difference between a pine and a fir?
Yeah.
I got to be a nerd and ask.
I know. Well, the firs are generally have very soft needles, generally.
Okay.
And they're two-ranked, which means you can lay them flat. If you lay them on the ground, on a piece of paper, you can lay them on flat. They would lay down horizontally.
Okay.
But most of the time, they're upright. So they make really cool trees to hold Christmas ornaments.
Oh.
It's very easy to put the little...
this is fir.
The wire. This is fir. And this is why it's become more and more popular, as well as retaining their needles. They generally retain their needles for a very long time. So, or you can just set things into their little upright needles that they have. So, but most of the time, the people like them because they retain their needles for a very long time.
Okay. Now, what if I want a pine?
Yeah.
Is there something I can get here at Millburgers that's a pine? Is it an Afghan pine, a real pine?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay. Let's do the whole segue. But Mark, if you want something more permanent, you want to do something for the environment.
You want to plant it and have it live in San Antonio.
Yeah, couldn't you plant a living Christmas tree? Why, yes, you can. And we have two wonderful varieties here, or species, the Italian stone pine and the Aleppo pine. Now, I really love the Aleppo pine. It's one of my highest-rated pines for this area. Now, but you can't find it a lot. But we have them here at Millburgers as a small Christmas tree. They are very drought tolerant by the name Aleppo, Syria. So in the Middle East, they are very drought tolerant. And so they are very good for our San Antonio area, as well as being tolerant of our alkaline soils, which is the main thing. And they really like shallow, rocky soils.
Ooh.
So,
wow.
Really good for here.
Do they tolerate full sun?
Yeah. All the evergreens tend to want full sun.
So not under a tree, under a big live oak. They need to be on their own in the sun.
You want to be it would be perfect on a slope. Water to become established, like I mentioned yesterday, and then very rarely do you have to water them. Arizona cypress, and this is the silver gray, although we do have some green ones here. I found out last week. The Arizona cypress, they come in different sizes. We have small ones and medium-sized ones, and we have some very large ones way out and back.
And their growth habit looks like what?
A Christmas tree.
So
like it retains it. Yeah,
it's not
It's not not like an Italian.
The Italian is tall and thin.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's a good thing to point out because about 90 to 95% of the Italian cypress here in this area are dying or dead.
Oh,
a lot of them don't look good.
Yeah. So there is a couple of diseases that are going around, slowly but sure. So I highly encourage the landscape architects and the builders, don't do that. I'll tell you what to plant instead. Arizona cypress.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, it is. The so what for the living Christmas trees? They're small enough that you take them in the house.
You can take them in your car,
okay,
and you take them out and have that hole planted, like I always mention. Find that spot.
Okay.
Dig that hole. And go to Millburgers.
I think that someone was suggesting them as almost like a hedge option that they get if you have a wide enough space.
If you have a wide enough space. And everyone remember, those cute little pine trees do get big, or cypress trees. It's going to get big, wide.
So it needs to have a good space to go wide.
But I always berate certain members of the green industry, who shall be nameless, that start with an L and an A. Their initials.
Okay.
They always plant too close, and I say the plants do grow.
Yeah,
and they do get big. So less is more in this case.
Instant gratification you'll regret later.
That's the word I was hesitating to use, but they like instant gratification.
But people don't plant the living Christmas trees until after Christmas, right? They keep them in the house.
No, you can do it right now.
But I mean by instant gratification is if you want several of them and you plant them too close, you'll regret it later because they'll fill in the space. So how wide are they going to get?
Oh, they'll get 20 feet across. So 10 by 10.
Okay,
10, at least 10, preferably 20.
Yeah, so you need a big space.
You need space.
Okay.
But they will fill it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And we have those and the rosemary topiary Christmas trees.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Those are very cute.
Yeah.
You get a little spot for those.
They bloom
little
almost at Christmas. they bloom for Martin Luther King Day.
He's making fun of me because I wanted them to bloom sooner.
Most of us don't think of rosemary as a blooming plant.
It's a blooming plant.
I know.
But they do get little flowers.
Yeah, little blue flowers. And what do they look like? They look like little ornaments.
Yeah, or little Christmas lights. Yeah.
Or Christmas lights.
Yeah,
that's right. The little LED.
Yeah. Cool. All right. And are there any other I'm missing on the living Christmas tree?
What was that? There's some junipers out there that we've shaped. Those were the main ones because I was very happy to see a leopard pine.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. 210-308-8867. You want to share your list when we come back from the break?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Mark has made a list. What is it? We'll find out right after this. 210-308-8867. This is Millburgers Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening South Texas. Karen Guz, Mark Peterson. I'm Milton Glueck. And if you've got a gardening question today, call us at 210-308-8867 or come on by Millburgers and pick up that perfect tree or get some poinsettias or get some cyclamen or whatever. Or just visit with us and come by and say hi. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're sitting here nice and warm, toasty.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Wear the right layers. You're warm.
Yeah.
It's a good
we're out of the wind.
Because
that's the main thing. Is
ground is moist and it's not hot.
Yeah, it's the hands. I should have done the gloves or something. Oh, I can just tuck them in my shirt.
Would you like my gloves?
Nah, I got it. I got it.
Sure.
I'm fine.
Okay. They're very nice gloves.
It's okay. I want you to be able to have them if you do.
Okay.
All right. So if you're wondering what to get for Christmas for the gardener on your list, have you put together a list, Mark Peterson, of things?
I did.
Okay.
We briefly mentioned this last week and yesterday, so I thought I'd make a little list. Here at Milberger's, you can do all your Christmas shopping right here.
Yes.
You can. There's a lot of options.
So when you walk in by the cashier, we have walls and walls of tools. Wands, which we like. We like hand wands and
watering
nozzles.
wands.
Watering wands and nozzles. Hats. And nothing says love like a soil knife. If you've never had a soil knife.
That sounds violent, but it sounds like the angry gardener, but it's really...
It's really a useful tool.
Our soils, when they dry out, get so difficult to get through.
It's not sharp, but it has kind of a pointed edge.
Sharp.
A little pointed on it. And it has little razors on the... Not razors, but a little edge.
Serrated.
Serrated is the word. Thank you. So that you can cut through things that are.
So you got that viney weed you're trying to get rid of, and you got to get through the root thing. And
the really cool thing it has.
I can think of a dozen times that I've had situations where you're trying to put something in, and then you hit that root that's just run from God knows where. And it's like,
it's in the way, and now I got to go get the clippers. And,
ooh, I could use that for my volunteer hackberries.
Ooh, see,
even the bane of everybody's gardening life is nutsedge. You can pop it up out of the ground to get to the little nuts.
To get the most of the nutlets.
Get as much as possible.
There's always little ones.
It's impossible to get it all without persistence, but I mean, that kind of thing will pop it out of the ground.
So the really cool thing about the soil knife is also has inches and centimeters on the side. And so you can determine how far down you need to plant things.
Could you use it for moisture too, if you didn't use your finger?
Well, you got to use your finger because you got to tell how moist it is.
Oh, okay.
So Mark does it. Usually they come with like a sheath to keep them safe. So there's this handy dandy.
So you can put it like on your belt, or just hold it. I just hold it. So all kinds of pots. Did you see all the pots coming in from?
Yeah, beautiful. I have a weakness for glazed pots, and you have a huge collection here.
Yeah, and you want to look?
What's that?
You're going to look on the website? I think they're for sale.
Well, I know.
They're for sale, but are they on sale?
They are plastic ones. No, there's a terracotta plastic deco pot.
There's a deco
cool,
pot.
That I bought.
How big?
Yeah, it is I think
it's
10 inch.
Yeah,
it's a nice one. $2.50 each. Limit 5 per customer.
Chimeneas. Always like
those are great for winter.
Nice chimney. That'd be a nice part.
That would be a great gift.
All kinds of Christmas decorations that we have inside.
Grinches and lots of
little tchotchkes. Very nice. And then something we mentioned yesterday. Nothing says love than a nice stack of Insulate.
True. No, I thought
being ready for the freeze.
Being ready for the freeze.
So it's supposed to be a warmer, drier winter, but those are prone to having in the middle of the warmer, drier La Nina winter.
When you least expect it,
hard freeze in the middle of everything. So this is a be prepared option.
So those are some of the what I call the solid gifts, but we have some plants as well.
Oh, okay.
Wildflower seed.
Good one.
So we have multiple packages here. We have individual species like Coreopsis and Indian Blanket and Cosmos and Blue Curl, and we also have mixes that have all those, as well as lemon balm and other flowering species for both. Oh, and we have mixes for hummingbirds, and we have mixes for butterflies.
So what are the size of the mixes? Is it the little packets or a bigger one?
It's a little package. So we're talking about the traditional little seed packets.
So good little stocking stuffer kind of option, or for your office mates or whatever.
For the teacher that you love.
There you go.
They might want to give those. We also have, we talked about the living Christmas trees, but we also have bulbs here.
Yeah.
We have some amaryllis bulbs, and we have some daffodil bulbs. I'm a big daffodil and tulip bulb person.
So they're chilled.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh.
These are ready to go.
I
a little extra
those
chilling.
from
It
miss
never
those
hurts.
from where I used to live up
Yeah.
north. So a little nostalgia for tulips and.
So, we usually plant these last week in December, first week in January. Not like up north where you do it in the fall. We do it a little bit later. And so irises, Calvin mentions irises in his article.
Okay.
So irises are really good for this area, as well as daffodils, certain daffodils. People out there should be looking for the Tarvathian. And
Now those naturalize, right?
Right.
Unlike the tulips.
Correct.
Yeah.
So tulips are kind of annual.
Yeah,
We
so it's
consider
like
them
a
annual.
splurge, fun nostalgia, but some of the daffodils.
Yeah, but these daffodils will naturalize, and the ones we encourage one is called Giant Primo. It has lovely yellow flowers, and then other Tanzettas, Tazettta. These tend to have white and yellow. Or just white flowers.
And so, how many daffodils? This is the daffodils, right?
Yeah.
What are the ones that I'm thinking it's paper whites?
Right. That is a selection of the Narcissus tanzettas.
Okay. So those naturalize.
Those naturalize,
nicely, right?
yes. Yeah. So they naturalize. Sometimes they'll go for 3 to 5 years and then kind of peter out.
Oh.
Same thing with the irises, unless you divide them right now. This is the time of year to divide your irises.
And give them to your friends.
And there you go.
Great idea. And what about lilies?
Lilies.
I'll tell you why I'm asking in a second.
Do you have any spider lilies?
Spider lilies would be preferred, but lilies that we think of during Christmas, we can grow them here. It's a little more difficult. Our soils are not exactly right. Kind of like gladiolas. Same type of things. We can grow them. It's a little more difficult. Think about a raised bed or so, because the soil has to be a certain consistency.
Oh, okay. Okay. So the reason I'm asking is I'm walking through the front yard. I think it's where I planted it. It looks like it could be an oxblood lily. It hasn't got the bloom or anything yet.
I was going to ask about those because mine haven't seemed. I think that's one of the things that my bully shrimp plant ran roughshod over was my oxblood lilies.
Someone who's not here today always goes on and on and on about his oxblood lilies.
Yes.
So
Milton
Calvin's
and I
the
are
person who got me investing in them, and then the shrimp plant decided it wanted that space. And
is this the time of year you might see them?
The oxblood? No, it's actually last month.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
So generally we see those in October.
Rats. Okay.
And so if you have them, that's...
We didn't have rain, so
it's
it was
better if you have rain.
It was awfully dry.
Right.
So maybe if we'd had a well-timed rain, they would have just gone nuts.
But I'm hearing a lot of people say that, a lot of reports saying, I didn't have my oxblood lilies this year. And it's weather conditions.
It was a very, very dry period in the fall, and so I think that delayed them and maybe stopped them.
When you don't have rain in certain months like August, I always laugh about August.
Yeah.
You'll see in the newspaper it says, we've had 3.3 inches of rain in August. No, we didn't. We had 3.3 inches of rain on the last day of August.
Okay.
The other 30 days, it was like 0 for the entire month.
That's been the story of rain this year.
And that has been the story.
All right, so if you have anything that looks like oxblood lily popping up in your yard, you can call us.
And we'll all be jealous, so tell us.
I wonder what I have. It looks like
maybe it's the oxblood lily trying to do its thing now that rain came. They could be just off on time. You'll have to let us know when they do something.
Yeah.
Or as Paul might say, Paul Cox, he says, whereabouts are you? Because we're going to come on over and dig some up.
Oh, wow.
Whatever it is, we want some, so share.
That's funny.
But no, Karen had mentioned spider lilies.
Yeah.
Spider lilies.
They're one of my favorites.
One of my favorites. You have a north or east facing front where you just can't grow anything. It's just too shady and everything like that. Spider lilies. Spider lilies are the answer. Beautiful foundation plantings.
Really
and a lot
beautiful,
of people,
big, glossy
big
leaves.
strap-like
glossy leaves, and
Yeah.
they look really nice in a mound or a grouping. And then they surprise you with the bloom at some point.
Yeah.
Kind of random.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness, they're all blooming.
Yeah. We have them at Tower 2 at SAW's headquarters, and at the proper facing, they're facing north, and they do. They're very nice. We have them as foundation plantings, and then all of a sudden, you're right. We're walking by, and
Look
there's
at that.
flowers.
They bloom. And it's mine. I have quite a few, and I periodically divide them and give them away. But the one I've had no luck with is agapanthus. I'm underwhelmed by agapanthus, but other people tell me they get their agapanthus to look beautiful.
And agapanthus does the best in places like Southern California.
That's where I've said it's San Diego.
And San Diego is bing, 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 bing. Yes, that's the places where they just grow wonderfully. And maybe our humidity.
Extreme heat. I don't know.
Yeah. So that is a problem. We have a lot of people say, I can't grow agapanthus.
Oh, it's pretty.
They're very pretty, but I'm like, maybe I practice benign neglect a lot as my gardening style, so maybe you got to be nicer to your agapanthus than is my practice.
I'm with you.
There's enough plants that thrive with benign neglect.
As soon as, we have the Neglectful Gardener Club.
Yeah.
You and I will be leading the charge.
There we go. I'll lead the charge.
Milton has been president for several times.
Yeah, that's right.
These are the plants that have survived my benign neglect.
Cool. All right, I was going to give you credit. I don't know what made me think of it, except that I saw the white spider lilies, and I thought of Bert's Moonlight Garden. And I think,
there you go. Thank you.
And with the white.
No, that would have been a good one.
They would look beautiful by moonlight when they surprise bloom.
Oh, cool.
They're white.
There you go. But I thought of your, because there's some right there as I was leaving, and that was the white plumbago.
Oh, you have white plumbago.
Yeah. And it was nice and about 2.5 feet, 3 feet tall, and had white blooms. I thought, okay.
There you go.
I don't know how long it's going to bloom, but I am, if it's like the blue plumbago, and it would look good. So there you go. We have 2 of them for you now. So he'll have to, Chalmette Bert will have to call in and
let us know how they look by moonlight.
There you go. So get the spider lilies, and then you just buy the bulbs. Is that just come to Milberg?
You can do that. A lot of times they'll have them in number 1 cans.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Because they will grow large.
It looks that way.
But it does take a while. They put a lot of energy in the roots and then continue on.
Very drought tolerant.
There you go. They put a lot of energy in those roots, get a nice big root system.
Okay.
So it's one of those plants where it will survive periodic droughts. So
oh, good.
It's better to maintain them.
Spread, and then they become a good pass-along plant, to divide and share.
Yeah.
Like irises.
Cool. All righty, we're going to take a quick break. We want oxblood lily calls.
Somebody had to have them be successful.
Yeah, somebody did. James may have. James is always calling in, and he usually has oxblood lily, so maybe he'll call us in today with a question, and he can talk about his oxblood lilies. 210-308-8867. Back in a moment with more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas. Milton Glueck along with Mark Peterson and Karen Guz, VP Conservation and San Antonio Water System. And we are just waiting for your calls at 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Yeah, the wind has kind of died down, but
it's still nippy, but it's not bad out of the wind.
So, Karen, you mentioned the citrus yesterday when you were talking about your garden. Do you do veggies too and different things? Or?
I have not recently.
Okay.
I did cherry tomatoes.
Ooh, yeah.
A couple of years ago, and I became one of those people who became obsessed with keeping the pests away from my tomatoes.
Yes.
And was reading tips online, and I have a vacuum cleaner stick one that you can turn into a hand one.
Okay.
And my husband thought I had lost my mind
because
I was out there sneaking up on the bugs and vacuuming them off of my tomatoes.
Okay.
And he was like, "You do realize you can't get them all?" And I said, "No, I'm just decreasing the population."
Yeah.
Because they're attacking my tomatoes.
Darn right. They deserve to be vacuumed up.
They deserve it. They're attacking my tomatoes. So
who was our friend who did that?
What's that?
Used a vacuum.
Trace.
Trace, okay.
So I don't think I'm alone.
Bugs.
Stink bugs. It was stink bugs that were swarming at one point my poor unsuspecting tomatoes. So I went out there and
that's a really good method because stink bugs are very hard to control.
Yeah.
They're large and armored, and
they're brutal.
Yeah.
Things, but normally no, I haven't. I usually grow herbs.
Okay.
And I don't know, the drought just kind of had me discouraged the last 2 years.
Milton,
did not go for herbs.
Milton, we have some wonderful herbs out there.
I was going to
ask. So, what are our options right now?
Well, we have
this is a good time.
Some parsley out there.
Okay.
Some rosemary.
Rosemary is something I need to replace.
And thyme.
Is really?
Yeah.
You got all of them.
Makes you want to sing, doesn't it?
It does.
Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Yes, I saw it.
What about cilantro?
So, cool weather herbs, cilantro, some chives, and then the ones I previously mentioned, thyme and sage. Rosemary is not considered a cool season one, but it's more like an all year round.
It's like, to me, it's all year,
yes,
and it's always good to go trim a little for whatever you're cooking. So that's one of my favorites because it's, aside from the freeze, it's options. It's pretty bomb-proof.
And then
option.
Winter veggies. My tomatoes are
gone.
They're not gone. They're tired.
They're limping along. Calvin
Yes.
would say, time to get rid of them, right?
Yeah, but that's hard to do.
It is hard.
I still have two racquetball-sized tomatoes on there. They're green, but yeah.
They're not doing much at this point.
They're not doing much.
But what about onions?
Oh, yeah.
Is it too late to start onions?
She's going to earn her pay today.
Yeah.
Yes, it is onion time. And we have onions. Our favorite, Calvin and I's favorite, Red Creole, was sold out.
Oh, my goodness,
went all
really?
through them. Yes, we still have plenty of onions left.
Okay, there are onions.
Yes, we have different ones.
They're like a nice, I did them one year and I was amazed. They're just easy.
Yes.
You have a good spot to add them to your other plants. You don't need a special garden for them.
They're in a bundle, and it's real easy. You plant them about 4 inches apart, but it doesn't really matter. So they're really easy.
They're really easy.
You make a little furrow. And
when are you harvesting them? Remind me.
Before
it gets hot.
June 1st, the tops fall over, and that's the time to pull them. But it's easy because you can get green onions all the way through, and so you kind of like thinning them out gradually throughout the spring, late winter, spring, and then by June 1st, this should be done.
And what about lettuce?
Yeah.
Well, yes. We have a lot of transplants right now.
Okay.
Available here. We have 4 or 5 different ones. You can see the red top ones, curly top ones, and the bright green ones.
Yeah. Those are pretty.
And we also still have a few packets of Crawford reseeding lettuce.
Yeah, good.
So available at the counter. And that's really easy to do.
They're kind of pretty.
Mm-hmm.
The Crawford is a really pretty green. The key thing is don't try to be good. Just on top of the soil.
Yeah,
that's it. Don't
dig
push
them in. Don't bury them too much.
It's difficult for people to.
I know. That's why I said
They're
that.
tiny little seeds. If you're doing this.
But we have different types of lettuce. Now, talk about the greens that we do have, and it is green time. So, your kale.
I was just going to say kale is
out there. We have a lot of kale transplants. We have 2 or 3 different ones. We have the bright lights, Swiss chard. We have Swiss chard. We have. Oh, Mark can just read them because he wrote them all down, didn't he? Mustard green, collard greens, cabbage. We finally had cabbage out there. But the one we're waiting for, Calvin and I are eagerly waiting for, is spinach. We just don't have any spinach out there.
Is that fennel that I see out there on the ground?
On the ground, it is. Good eye. Yes, it is.
I like fennel because it's fun to see the caterpillars.
Oh,
and
when they come.
Yeah,
somebody had wrote about that in Nilsbury. She was complaining about she had all this wonderful dill.
Oh, okay.
And then it was all gone. And Neil was correct in saying, that's for the butterflies.
Plant an extra for the butterfly.
And he had a good idea. I didn't think about this, so I have to compliment Neil. To plant it at other places within the garden, within the landscape.
Oh, spread it out.
Spread it all out. And that will encourage.
So they won't find one of your spots.
They won't find it, yeah. It'll discourage the butterflies from finding them. How about that way?
I planted fennel when my kids were little, and we quickly decided it was more entertaining to see the caterpillars eating it than we were motivated to harvest it. So.
And did you collect it and bring the caterpillars?
Not those.
Okay.
We did some monarchs that were on the milkweed, had a little thing and watched them do their whole thing. Yeah. And that was fun. But
yeah, it is.
Remind me, what is it that likes the fennel? Which caterpillar?
The black swallowtail
is what I thought it was.
So it's
pretty big.
Fennel, dill, and parsley.
Yeah,
is what they like, and so you can mix and match, and then like Neil said, plant within the landscape, plant it at various locations.
It's nice to hear you agreeing with Neil.
I know. It's always is. It's
sometimes happen often, but every
it's not very often.
Once in a while.
Yeah, but he
gets
comes
angry.
Up
that's
I hold back.
You do.
I just say, let's just talk about this one really egregious problem.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. I was trying to think of what else. Oh, garlic? Is this time of year for garlic?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you do garlic?
It's very, very simple.
Okay.
Same type of thing as the onions.
Oh, okay.
Just dig a furrow and place the bulbs inside.
Is it faster than the onion?
It is.
Oh, is
it? I thought it was. Yeah, more instant gratification almost.
Yes. So we can start harvesting earlier in the year, February, March, something like that. And it's very important on that we do harvest them because they are one of those plants where if you wait too long, they'll turn a little bitter.
Oh, okay.
They flower?
They flower.
Yeah.
They flower, and then they won't taste as good.
Oh, so you don't want them to flower?
Yeah. You want to get them right
biennials, so they'll go to their next life cycle.
Oh, okay. And can you do them from the garlic that you bought at the store?
They try to make that not possible.
Yeah.
Oh, by doing so if you buy, what's the organic? Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I always ask. People come up and ask me about that, and I go, "I'll research that," and I never do. And so I have a feeling that it is not from the store possible.
Okay.
I thought that I need to research it too before I speak, but I thought that there was an effort to make them not friendly to doing that, but I could be wrong.
Oh. So for the purposes of them lasting longer? Or?
In the process of harvesting them and presenting them in the store, I got a funny feeling.
Yeah,
okay.
I thought, I need to research why I think that, but that somehow is...
And you occasionally mention the Facebook, as you like to call it.
The Book of Faces.
The Book of Faces, yes, there it is. And that's one of the videos, the many videos that suddenly pops up is talking about how, and you soak it, and although they didn't say to buy organic.
They,
It
can be done by seed.
Oh, okay.
But if you're not very adept at all that, it's a very
just
tiny
buy some
seed.
starts. And
Yeah, it's better to get a starter. Much like the onions.
Yeah.
That come here to Milberger's and get a small package, and they're good for 12-foot row.
Okay.
As Calvin likes to say.
And the garlics that we mentioned sometimes that people do for decoration, like is it society garlic and
yes.
stuff? Is that decoration more than?
Yeah, that's
right here in front of us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes a year you get quite a whiff.
Okay.
Society garlic, and we used to hand those out at some of our sales events, and I was always kind of popular. A lot of people liked them. They usually had a nice purple flower already on them when we gave them out, and so very nice.
I can see it. They have a purple flower on them now.
And so, speaking earlier, we said agapanthus. That's a great replacement for agapanthus. I know society garlic will work.
Okay. Karen did some research. Hang on.
Okay, so I asked Google, and it was what I thought, is that the grocery store garlic is often treated with the sprout inhibitor.
Oh, okay. That's what... Okay.
And it's been stored in such a way that it's not likely to remain viable.
Okay. So it's actually for the distributor to... Kind of sounds like
to lengthen the processing to lengthen the shelf life.
Okay, interesting stuff. All right, 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Can you think of any more veggies we ought to be talking about? I'm trying to think.
Why, yes.
Oh, yes.
Because I usually do this before the show on Saturdays. Talked about cabbage, lettuce, kale, mustard, and the collards, Chinese, and also Chinese cabbage. Mm-hmm. But we also have a lot of the cole plants. So the Brussels sprouts, the broccoli, and cauliflower. It's time. And the nice thing about broccoli is once you get the first harvest, you can use it. It will produce smaller heads throughout the winter. Same with cauliflower, but not as much. And then the Brussels sprouts, again, not as much. But the broccoli's nice because it will last all the way until springtime. So the one thing we have to worry about, cabbage and broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts are...
insects, loopers?
Loopers is what I was saying.
Not youpers, loopers. And we use two things, either the dipel dust, the BT dust, and we have a couple of different products here, or kind of the latest new thing. I don't know if you knew about this. The kind of the shishi thing right now is a soap, horticultural soap with spinosad in it.
Oh, cool.
So spinosad soap. So you're getting two organic products. Either for soft body ones and then maybe for soft body insects with the soap, the flying insects, and then the spinosad if there's any more hard scale or beetles or things like that.
Okay.
So, that's kind of the new thing.
And
really
those don't
popular.
harm us. The BT and the spinosad, it's nice.
They're both considered organic, right?
That's what I thought.
Yes.
They're terminal to the insect we don't want, but not to us.
Can Karen just vacuum them up?
She could.
That sounds like it would go badly.
Bricks, two bricks
would.
Yeah, two bricks work well too.
Okay. Yeah. Seems like it fresh the plant too, though.
No, yes.
Well, you pick them off.
And then
you walk along and pick them off is what I've been told.
Yeah.
But that seems
or you have
intensive.
your chickens, particularly if they're caterpillars. Again, the stink bugs are very hard, and the vacuuming works well for them.
All right, cool. Can you get chickens in your neighborhood?
Could, but
okay.
I don't think I want the labor of chickens.
Okay. All right, we're going to take a quick break and come back in a moment. 210-308-8867 is the number to call with your gardening questions. Check out milbergernursery.com for all the information on the upcoming event this next weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to enjoy it. Back in a moment on The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 930 AM The Answer. 210-308-8867. Karen Guz, Mark Peterson, sitting on the porch right here at Milberger's at 1604 and Bulverde Road, ready to talk gardening and gardening adjacent, I guess, topics with you at 210-308-8867. If you were going to call in with a feral cat comment, it's too late.
We already kind of covered feral cats.
Yeah, we covered them. Every week, Mark covers those ferals,
Yes.
Or semi-ferals. Yes. Anyway,
It's a semi-feral cat. Yes, doesn't come inside, but it loves pets.
okay. So, Karen, did you want to? We were talking in the break about.
We're talking about winter projects in your yard, and one of I call it an evergreen because it's a year-round incentive that applies to your landscape that Saz has, is called outdoor living. And it's about creating a pervious patio. So anything that's a permanent installation to create that outdoor living space that you can enjoy and highlight other beautiful plant material in your yard. So that's pavers, bricks, flagstone, or a deck. And so you're looking to get rid of grass, and of course cap the irrigation because you wouldn't water the rocks.
Yeah.
And we have rebates for that too.
Although some people have tried.
But it's that's a good project for winter because it's not miserably hot, and if you're looking to find help, there might be people out there normally busy with landscape work other seasons, and not so much now. So check that out on GardenStyleSA.com if you're thinking about creating that outdoor living space in your backyard. Good place to put out that chimenea and patio furniture and enjoy what's usually mild Texas winter.
That's a great idea, and it's a great idea on the contractors too, because I bet you're right.
Yeah, it can be hard to find people to help you if you're
season.
doing it in the spring or other busy seasons. But right now could be a really good time to take on that project.
Cool. Okay, and where do I find out information about the?
So all of our incentives can be found at Mark's favorite gardening website for San Antonio, Garden Style SA or GardenStyleSanAntonio.com. And there's a tab up at the top for incentive options for Saz customers. And this is just one I think people aren't necessarily aware of. We changed it fairly recently to a rebate to. Because we had a coupon, and people usually like instant coupons, but this way you can go to anywhere you want to get your supplies, and people like that, and it opened it up to decking and other things. So it's a very flexible option for making your outdoor that beautiful living space that you might enjoy.
Cool. All righty, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Got a question from James on the line at 210-308-8867. Hey, James, welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. What's going on today?
Well, I went outside this morning to put my mud boots on because it rained last night. And
you and your mud boots. But we're okay.
Find them. I finally found them. They were full of water, so that didn't work. So I had to go out there in my other boots.
Okay.
But that's not the real good news. Gardening friend of mine, south of Marion, called this morning, and they got 3.5 inches of rain last night.
Ooh,
wow.
Nice. That's great.
That's great.
No, that is. That's... And that's in that part of the world. I think y'all, besides needing the mud boots, I saw some other things on Facebook where people were talking about the rain and they were excited about it. So it sounds like you're in that part of the world, kind of Marion-ish. And
no, he doesn't like Marion, but he's in that part of the world.
Oh, okay.
Well, we had that 2.5 inch rain last time, and I was out digging with my digging fork yesterday, and you go down about 6 inches, and it's real nice and moist and looking good. But anything deeper than that's just chunky and dry. So we could use more rain.
Yeah,
it's the problem. When it gets so dry like it's been, I meant to go out in my yard and dig a little to see how deep it got. So you found it went down a couple inches?
Oh, about 6 inches on that 2.5 inch rain, and then below that it was chunky and dry and needed more moisture. I heard y'all talking about BT and spinosad soap, and over here at the farm we've been using BT and molasses as a sticker forever, but by the time you get to that, the worms have already wiped out the crop. So what we like to use is that spinosad soap, because the soap seems to allow the spinosad to stick on the leaf on the broccolis and cabbages.
And get down into all the tiny nooks and crannies as well.
Yeah. And once you see the little worms that are, like a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch long, then you spray then, and you pretty much get that infestation gone with the spinosad soap. So we don't use the BT anymore. I still have some BT in containers, but I need to find somebody that wants it because I don't use it anymore.
Yeah. No, that was a good idea about this the spreader sticker with using the molasses, and that's real important, Milton. Because the BT has to be ingested. Therein lies the problem that James is talking about. It has to be ingested. So by the time you kill the caterpillars with the BT, you may have lost a lot of your 50% of your crop or more.
Too delayed.
And does the spinosad need to be ingested?
It's a contact.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't have to be ingested. So it is organic, but it is contact insecticide. But the BT with the molasses, that was pretty good. A good idea. I like that idea.
Oh, we used it.
I used the spreader sticker, but I never used the molasses. So that's good. Great idea.
Those blue leaf plants, broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, all the blue leaves, they've got the slickest leaf of any plants I've ever tried to spray. And the spinosad soap does a real good job of sticking to that slick leaf. That's why we've gone to that. But if you can get out there, if you see any damage or you see the little green worms, you get that spinosad soap on there, and you'll be in good shape.
Well, great. I'm glad first time advice, and you're a slightly larger operation, so that's good to know that it's working well for you.
You were talking about broccoli that makes side shoots.
Yeah.
And I've been growing an old Italian heirloom that as soon as and they're big plants. As soon as the main bud starts coming out on the top, you pinch that out, and you don't want that broccoli. You want the side shoots, and it comes on like gangbusters until spring, like you're talking about.
Huh.
It's I can't remember DeSeco or something like that.
Well, I think you're on the right track on that. I think it's Del Secchio, but I'm not. I don't quote me on it.
Oh, they get 30, 36 inches tall, and they just come on. And you'll get tired of eating them. You'll start selling them or giving them to friends after a while.
So Milton, Karen, this is what happens: is you have the main bud and the main head come out in the middle, and then like a little crown all the way around it. You have the little shoots that come in after it or at the same time. And so a lot of people, look at the big head, and they want that. What James talking about is kind of take that main head off early and let all these little side heads that look like a little crown around them, and use those. And And a lot of chefs like those better.
Well,
we do the stir fries, and the stir fries and those little broccolinis or whatever you call them little side shoots. Man, they're good in those stir fries. I'm telling you, that's the way to go.
So I like both. I'll take the big head, and then I'll take all the side heads. All during the wintertime, like I was mentioning earlier. I like the broccoli because you can do that. You can do it down here, winter garden. That's what we used to be known as. You can grow the broccoli to late spring.
Well, I'm sure I'm glad you guys are talking up the winter garden in this part of the country, because if you ask me, it's the best garden because you can get out and work in it and harvest, and you're not your tongue's not hanging out because it's damn hot.
I was just going to say, from an experienced person's viewpoint, I not me, I mean you, that the spring and fall and summer gardens seem harder to me than the winter vegetables.
Absolutely. I think it's some of the best crops that we can grow, other than like tomatoes. We can't grow that, but some of the other stuff we can grow at this time of year is just fabulous.
Maybe less laborious too than.
Well, that's what James is saying. Is,
like the watering is maybe not as fussy as keeping those tomatoes from drying out ever.
Thanks, James.
Okay, thanks. You guys keep up the good work.
All right, get your mud boots
too.
On. Okay, bye.
Bye. Pray for rain.
Yeah. All right, 210-308-8867. Yeah, I did see people in that neck of the woods posting on Facebook about rain coming down, and they could hear it from outside, but it sounded like it was overnight. Is that helpful? Is that recharge at all or no?
Oh, it's not. It's not our recharge.
Oh, okay.
That's a section of the Trinity Wilcox.
Okay.
So it's good for somebody.
Yeah.
But it's not the main place we're aiming for. But,
yeah.
But we'll take it. We need rain everywhere. In this part of Texas.
So that's interesting. That's that clay gumbo. And what Jane's talking about is you get it nice and soaking wet. 3-4 inches down, and then below that it's dry and chunky.
Takes a while for the water to go down, and it can. In my yard, I'm in a very rocky place near 1604, but I also have clay mixed in with that, and it can get so dry that it's hydrophobic. Like the rain has a hard time infiltrating past the mulch.
And that happens a lot with clay soils. When they get very dry, they get hydrophobic.
Oh, okay.
And it just is hard for it's almost like there's a seal on the top.
Oh, wow.
And it's hard. You need a soaking slow rain to get it to start infiltrating. So I've hoped that with the rains we've gotten lately, even though the last week wasn't impressive in the quantity, but we've had some nice slow drizzles.
Yeah.
That'll help with that.
Okay. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Sometimes, especially with I don't know if this helps with that, the hydrophobic part of the soil, but mulch, not only good for water and retention, but also for keeping the ground warm.
Oh, yes. Wait to get me started.
Go, Mark, go.
Actually, there's
now you're going to start him on mulch, and he's going to talk about just the right amount.
That's always
a tricky.
That's all. Yeah,
should have known better.
But first,
so
there's all these little tricks to decrease the hydrophobic nature of these clay soils.
Oh, okay.
And the number one product to use is compost.
Well,
so that, or simply watering some compost and getting that leachate from the compost, and then just pouring it on the ground, actually creates
like making compost tea on purpose.
Yeah, but it's not really tea, because tea has to quote brew and things like that. All you're doing is
you're just spreading the compost and the leachate forms as you
as you water a thin layer and then watering it all in. What that actually does is creates a product which has hydrophilic and hydrophobic ends. It's kind of like a soap. And what that does is decrease the tension in the soil and allow the water to come in. So
that's interesting.
But there's all different kinds of things. You can use a product from yucca. They frequently use. That's an organic product. There's all these other products like Hydratane that are manufactured and everything. But essentially, it's a product that has a hydrophobic end and a hydrophilic end, and it allows the tension it breaks up the tension between the soil molecules and between the soil and water molecules.
Okay, and
so it allows everything to infiltrate in.
Have you written about this?
Probably.
It may be so esoteric that the editors, Jeannie et al., would go, nobody wants to hear about all that kind of stuff. But anyway, when I teach these classes for the arborists, to go back to look at my notes back in the last millennia,
yes,
and see all these things that are written about. But as far as mulch is concerned, yes, I lead a movement throughout the Southwest.
Okay.
Not putting a lot of mulch down.
That's why I was saying we're going to get them started on what is the proper amount, because some people kind of go with a more is better.
Right.
Philosophy.
So a lot of the literature will say 2 to 4 inches.
Okay.
Well, if you have 2 to 4 inches of mulch here in San Antonio, you're going to be the rain's going to be watering the mulch.
The mulch. You're not going to get below that mulch unless it's really, really raining for days.
Yeah. So I always recommend a little bit in May and a little bit in September. About an inch and a half.
And it does 2 things.
It does 8 or more things.
Oh, it does? Okay.
Well, I'm not going to go into all of them.
I think it helps reduce weeding hassles, so that's always a nice labor. People like the appearance. It's neat. So you got an HOA. They probably don't like bare dirt. It helps keep the weeds at bay. Yeah. But then, and I think once you get soil down there, it helps retain it. But I agree with Mark that if the mulch is too deep, then you've got to let it absorb a lot of water before it gets to the soil and the roots. But it then in the summer when it's super hot, it'll probably be less hot at the soil. And in the winter when it's cold,
so it moderates the temperature significantly. Old Malcolm Beck used to demonstrate that bare soils would be 140 degrees, whereas when you put the mulch down, you reduce it to 80 to 85 degrees. And I would go, well, yeah, because root growth stops at above 85 degrees.
Yeah.
So you want the roots to continue to grow and not be harmed because they're absorbing the water and the nutrients, right? Yeah. So mulch is wonderful at that. So it retains the moisture, reduces heat, suppresses weeds, builds in carbon into the soil. Carbon is the gasoline for the whole micro ecosystem, and so it's just a wonderful thing to use.
Good.
Now, if you're concerned with the sustainability of mulch, I would say you might have trees that get trimmed, and there's always tree trimming, and they end up chipping up wood, and you might be able to get some trimmings that were chomped up and use that.
From a private company is in the area, or at the solid waste on Bitters.
On Bitters Road, you can pick it up there.
You get free, or if you can get a more aesthetic mix that is double ground, it's a nominal price to get that. You can pick that up in your truck. I don't think they bag it. I think you'll have to use.
I'll tell you my trick for I don't have a truck, but I got a equivalent of a station wagon and an Outback baby pool.
Oh, what a great idea.
Baby pool in the back of the station wagon with the seat down becomes like a truck.
Yeah.
You shovel it into that and then tip it out the back.
That's a good idea.
So.
Okay. So baby pools make great Christmas gifts. Patrick is on the line at 210-308-8867. What's going on, Patrick?
Hey, hang on 1 second here. Hang on.
We got you. Yeah. You having phone issues? Sometimes that happens.
Yeah, I talked to you guys a month ago. We put that Shumard oak tree in there, and then the deer did the whole antler thing on it. And the day I was there, what we were talking about, how bad is it? But I came back, and I looked at the tree the next day, and, the deer did it 360 degrees all the way around, and how deep, I don't know, but they rubbed a lot. So I'm wondering if I don't want to just replace it at this point. Lesson learned, expensive lesson learned, but would I be better if I'm thinking that I'm going to replace it? Am I better doing it now in November or waiting until March, April, May? And what's your recommendation?
I'm going to ask you one question. Is it more light brown or brown, or is it, can you see all the way down to wood, like tan or manila colored?
I would say the light brown. It's light brown all the way around, and it's, vertically it's a pretty good patch.
All right, so it may not have gotten down to the cambium tissue. If it was brown, like a bright brown, then that was just the bark. They didn't get down to the tissue.
All right, good to know.
If you could see like white or manila color, because I'm looking at a manila envelope right here, then that would have been down all the way to the wood, and forget about it.
All right, good. We'll leave it in.
So leave it in. I would. You'll know in March.
Oh, wow, cool.
Because it won't be able to, the vascular system of the tree will be disrupted, and that'll show when it's trying to grow.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so the bark is a lighter, bright brown, and the wood is wood manila looking. So if you see that, then it's already all the way down the wood.
Got it.
Did he do anything to protect the tree at this point?
No, we talked about that day he was here. So we had different options, rebar or fence, or maybe what Calvin and I like is hog fencing.
Okay.
The 4-inch panels. 3 of those. So it kind of depends on what you want to do.
We did the same thing we had done on the crabapple tree to keep the deer away from that one, and it's worked well.
Good.
We've only been up to about 20 miles an hour overnight, but we've had higher winds in the year and since we planted the crabapple. So we secure that fencing pretty good, so it worked out. You gave me some advice that I was cautiously taking with regards to stop watering the lantana, which we did, and I couldn't believe what happened. It's unbelievable how much they flowered out. I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen them flower out like that. So that was great. I am looking at, we have, and I talk about this all the time, I have about 100 sage plants, the indigo spire, and I have those. Always... Yeah, they're great. Everybody likes them. Birds, bees, butterflies. Is that the same thing where next year, come the springtime, I can just water them once a week? Because when I do start watering them every day, then when it gets up into 90 degrees and I don't water them every day, they just wither up. So I'm wondering what your comments are there.
Well, let's get them on. Because you're watering them every day, you may have limited their root structure. So let's water them gradually, less and less and less. You should, on a native plant, water no more than twice a month, if necessary. Okay. When necessary, if we don't have rain, twice a month is your goal. But I got a funny feeling that you were watering them way too much, so they have a limited root. So let's just slowly.
I would guess too that they're a pretty good xeric plant, and I've heard the expression, some of the plants that are so hardy don't like to have wet feet. Their roots being constantly wet is not natural for them. And if you're every day watering them, then that's staying awfully moist in those roots, not giving them a chance to breathe and have room.
So that's why we said when you pulled back water and they kind of wilted, it's like, oh, I bet they don't have enough root because they didn't like wet feet, and so they never. Or conversely, a term that we often hear, and I don't necessarily care for it, but it's often used, is they are a water baby.
No.
And that is they've never developed a significant root system or a natural root system because they are sages. So
hey, Patrick, I need to take a break real quick. Do you want to hang on a second, or did you get your questions answered?
I have one more question, and I'll hang on.
All right, you hang on a second. We'll be right back with more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas after this on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas. Here at Milberger's, Karen Guz, Mark Peterson, talking about all kinds of gardening things. And sure wish Patrick would call us. Oh, Patrick's on the line right now. How about that? 210-388. Hey, wait a. What's going on, Patrick? You had another question.
I guess the last one. So what we were talking about with the indigo spire, is it safe to assume that all of those sage, I have Amistad, and then I have a couple of other ones. And so that's, I'm assuming, applies to all of them, that they're all xeriscape plants, and you just really don't want to be watering them when you put them into other than when you first put them in?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You corrected yourself. Other than when you must always plant, whether it's native plants or non-native plants, you must also always get them established. And again, that's
so they need beginning life TLC when transplanted. But my experience with the sages has been really good in terms of even if they're just wilting. They're one of those plants for me anyway that even if they're just wilting in the morning, I don't worry about it because a lot of things will wilt. In the afternoon. I said that backwards. They'll wilt sometimes in the very heat of the day and be absolutely fine in the morning. So they can go if they're in good enough soil and they're established. They can go 2 weeks sometimes, being pretty happy without a watering, and then a nice deep watering, and they'll be good to go for a while longer.
Okay.
It probably can go longer than 2 weeks,
depending on the heat and the temperatures. I'm thinking summer, but in the other
just a good. That's just a good rule of thumb. It's no more than twice a month.
Now, I think they look really pretty. The blue salvias, and there's so many interesting ones. When you contrast them with some other different colored, like Esperanzas or Poincianas that are spikier. Mm-hmm. So you got the mounds of the salvias and then some spiky ones that contrast that are also super tough.
Right. So, it's funny you should mention that, spikes and mounds. A design principle was created by one of our employees and good friend, Brad Weir, and he calls it the spikes and mounds technique. And for South Texas, that is just a general principle. So you combine different types of plants, like a red yucca, with a mounding type of plant, maybe like a new gold lantana or a skull cap or things like that. So you're always working in these spikes and then
some of the native grasses.
Yeah,
give that spike. Like appearance and contrast to the mounds.
And then you have these taller indigo spires, and then you may want to mix it in with a shorter mystic blue or Millie blue rather. And then
I'm sorry.
People connected to them?
Yes. But... I'm going to hang up.
I'm hearing voices.
I'm hearing voices, too. I don't think it's your imagination.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Now, Mark,
we're in
you
the
always
car.
liked, I thought, black and blue.
Yes. So that is another one. So indigo spires is parentage is unknown, but possibly one of the parents is this Waranika, and I always forget to put a extra syllable in there. But that's black and blue or majestic sage, and that grows a little bit taller. Stems are a dark navy, and the blue flowers are like the indigo spires, that really royal iridescent blue. And that's a nice one, too. It's going to be a little bit bigger.
Great plant.
Are you still there,
I love
Pat?
those sages.
Uh-oh. I think we lost Pat.
Lost him.
Okay. It was that voice in the background. I hope you're okay, Pat.
While we're on the sages, so what's your opinion, Mark, on the red sages? I've got an opinion, but I want to know what you say first about where they should be versus the blue.
So the blues tend to tolerate a little bit more shade. Not much. All sages like to be in full sun. The reds tend to like a little bit more sun, with the exception of the autumn sages, Salvia greggii. They can tolerate a little shade. There's lots of unknown sages. We can grow a lot of sages. In fact, there's an article say "See to Sages" that I wrote. There's about 20 different sages. I wish we could plant more of them, more of the sages. They're more available. We have lots of different colors for the autumn sage. I just wish we had more red sages that were frequently
The red
available.
sages seem to be harder to find, but I do love autumn sage. They're a pretty one of those, I call it the bomb-proof plant, that they're pretty forgiving of different conditions, and they're not easy to kill. They handle benign neglect, so they're on my favorites list.
Yeah, so that's going to be one of the favorites recommended by the Neglectful Gardener.
Neglectful Gardener Club. Now, the other red sages, like a cedar sage.
That's my favorite that's one of the ones that can tolerate shade.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking I've had them growing in some partial shade, like in a little understory area.
Cedar sage and what we call tropical or scarlet sage are the two red sages. They add a lot of nice color in your shade garden. All sages like more sun.
Okay.
You're going to get more flowers with more sun, but those two will love partial shade. So morning sun, afternoon shade, that's perfect.
Cool. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Let's take the opportunity to take a quick break and come back in a moment. More of Milberger's Gardening South Texas after this on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. I was asking Mark a question, and I'll ask it right now on the air. And you can call us with your questions, too. Still plenty of time, 210-308-8867. So I think I sprouted a mountain laurel seed.
Why do you think it just got leaves coming up?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's got leaves. It's about 3 inches tall. I don't know what to do with it exactly, but now it's...
I can only say I get volunteers sprouting in my yard.
Do you?
And, of course, I don't do anything to them. And if I don't stop them, they're gonna keep going. So
maybe this one, although does it get upset? Because I know they have a long taproot. If the taproot can't I'm
sorry. It won't get upset, but that's something to be encouraged about. So back in the old days, a long time ago, the last millennia,
you really
we used to have milk. It used to come in these cartons. These
And kids used to start plants in the milk cartons, little school milk cartons.
Karen knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'm a dinosaur too.
So we had a pint, and then we had quarts, and the quart one was tall and long, and so you'd put the seed to grow in, so
right.
Grow, so
it had room for the
taproot could have room to go all the way down.
So this was from a Trader Joe's chocolate, dark chocolate covered peanut butter cups thing. If you've been there and you've gotten them, you know what I'm talking about. No? You know what I'm talking about?
I know the mini chocolate, chocolate ones.
The big, the little $1.29 bag. Those are addictive.
They are.
They really
dangerous.
are. But yeah, no, this one's a little taller. It's probably about that tall. Okay, so do I protect it from the elements?
Yes.
Oh, I do.
Really?
Okay.
Okay. I would have thought it would be fine outside.
When you say protect it from the elements, what
bring it in. It's outside.
You don't have to worry about that.
Okay, but don't plant it right now.
But you want to direct sunlight or wind or things like that. You want to protect it from that.
It can just live outside, right?
Yeah,
it should be pretty happy in a kind of shady-ish
on the
area.
south side of the house, or so most of our winds come from the north.
Yeah, and I'm still hoping, and maybe you can give me some hope, or you can go, Milton, I don't think I got some bad news for you. Remember the one I dug out of the garden? The mountain laurel?
You tried to move a mountain laurel?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. And it did okay for a while.
I'm being sympathetic. Mark is laughing at you.
Yes, he is.
I think my response is more kind than Mark is
more
cackling.
Kind. And that's why I'm laughing, because
it did great for a while.
So nice.
Yeah, but
bless your heart. He's about to say that.
Oh, dear.
It finally is. It's all brown now. Mark gave me hope. Well, if you've got some green on it, you still have some hope. And I got no green anymore.
I don't know. I've not tried, because I've always been told very sternly that mountain laurels don't like to be moved. So just don't even think about it. Yeah. So I've never tried. So I give you props for trying to move the mountain.
Thank you.
Mountain
laurel.
laurel.
To say, many years ago, when they really hadn't perfected growing from seed, the mountain laurels.
Yeah.
So they were growing or trying to transplant mountain laurels, and that was not very successful. So it got a very bad name.
Okay.
On that, and so we always thought, don't even bother.
Don't do it. That's what I've been told all the years I've been in San Antonio.
Yeah, my reading on it was that the taproot is too important to it.
It's thin.
You can't get enough.
It's thin and long. You can't get enough.
Yeah.
So that's it. But so with
thank you, Karen,
with the growing,
for being kind.
I didn't cackle at you like Mark.
What were you thinking?
So with the advent of that, of growing them from seed, or doing a better job of growing them from seed, they don't worry about it
take
anymore.
A little shear and cut it. And
now, when you grew your one from seed, did you have to damage it to get it to you have to shake them up with sandpaper or cut them a little bit or something? You cut it a little bit.
Yeah, I got pruning shears and just snipped it kind of at the end. And of the 4 I planted in the same pot, only one has done anything. So.
Oh,
which is what they said too. They said
they won't all.
No, they said that.
Yeah.
Okay, Beth is on the line at 210-308-8867. Hey, Beth, welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas.
Thank you. My first comment, y'all were talking about the trees and the deer chewing the leaves off and everything. We had a big buck here who would come in and eat bark off a loquat. Pretty good, several years, year after year. And then just recently, last week, he was rubbing on his velvet on that same trunk a little bit higher, and the tree broke off right where he had been chewing it. Big, old, beautiful loquat. So anyway, I thought, that'll teach him. He probably was born here, but my main question is, I have a cedar elm about 10 feet from my back door on the south side of the house, and I need to cut off some of the lower branches on it that are facing toward the house, and I'm going to have them cut it off at the trunk, but leave a collar. Anyway, cut those limbs off, because I don't want them to... Well, they're beyond the roof. The roof is a slant roof, California style, lower at the north and higher at the south, and I have clerestory windows there. which is wonderful. I just loved them. But now that these lower limbs are getting so long, I can't let them grow. And so I know it's going to look lopsided, but nobody else is going to know about it but me. But anyway, I was wondering if there would be a problem with that wherever make those cuts, whether that would start sprouting out again in spring on a cedar elm.
No, ma'am. I'd rather have you do that just the way you're talking about, right back to the trunk and leave the collar, the branch collar.
Yeah, are you worried, Mark, about if I'm hearing her right, there's going to be pruning on one side and leaving the branches on the other? Is that weight differential a problem?
No, that's right. That's fine. It goes to the backyard where I used to have a beautiful sycamore. It was a regular old-fashioned one that was about 50 years old, huge thing. And I had to have it removed 2 years ago, and it cost me a fortune.
Oh, ouch.
But recently, because I had crepe myrtle and 2 other spring white blooming plants growing under that other tree, and I told him I didn't want them damaged, so they had to have the derrick out here and the monkey climbers up in the top and everything. So that big sycamore was removed, and I had planted this cedar elm between the sycamore and the back door, say maybe 5 years ago, and it's just been beautiful, just gorgeous. And one of the reasons I wanted it there, I wanted whoever buys this place eventually will have the pleasure of watching a buttress form around the base of a cedar elm. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just they're so interesting. So that was a tree that I wanted there. Mm-hmm. And after I have these lower limbs cut off, where the next ones start, it'll be just above the south edge of the roof. So it will add shade to the other part of the house, east of the house, that top. So anyway, it may be hard to understand, but another reason I did want to have some sunlight coming in through the south, my kitchen windows are there, and on the wall inside opposite the windows is where I have fridge and other light-colored cabinets. And in the windows, I have a lot of crystal dust catchers, pretty figurines and things like that of crystal. So at 2 different times a year, when the sun comes in there, well, on the furniture, like the fridge and the cabinets, you see all of these beautiful rainbow things coming through the crystals. That's just extra. I'm throwing it in because the grandkids always loved it. The rainbows.
Well, cool. I am certain that you made them plant it properly. So what Karen was asking, whether it be unbalanced, would I worry about it? No, it all goes back down to the roots. And if the roots are sturdy and buttressed like you are expecting them to, I would have no worry about one side of the canopy being a little longer or larger.
Well, like I say, it will, away from the house, east or west side, it will look lopsided. Mm-hmm. But here at the house, it won't make one bit of difference. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to hear. If it doesn't sprout out, and if it does start sprouting out around the cuts, just wipe them off, I guess, if it should.
So you can take those main branches off, and if there is sudden exposure to the sun, it may sprout.
Yeah.
But if they do sprout, just take them off.
Yeah, well, since that big sycamore is gone, that would have shaded it, it's gone now, and I have a couple real tall crepe myrtle, one of those old-fashioned ones, the beautiful rose color, and it gives a little bit of shade to the cedar elm, but not enough, to bother it anyway.
Well, that sounds perfect. That sounds perfect.
They grow nicely, I think, cedar elm.
Yeah,
so
I like them.
You should have a nice rate of growth. I used to have live oaks in an interior courtyard, and now I only have one left. And I had a volunteer cedar elm, and it has taken off since one of the live oaks fell over.
Well, I anywhere I find cedar elms sprouting up around here on our property, I'm encouraging them because they grow fairly fast, and the deer don't seem to browse those little ones.
Huh.
Oh, that's nice.
And I thought with the luck we have with oak wilt eventually, because my property has big heritage oaks on it, and we had one have a big limb break off 3 years ago, and it took 1/3 of the crown.
Ew.
Ouch.
But that was just a freak accident. But then we've had other trees that are dying just because of the low water table.
Yeah.
So we just have to kind of work with what nature will let us do. So,
And the cedar elms are pretty tough, so it's a nice addition.
and you don't have to you don't have to rake the leaves.
Yes, they decompose fairly quickly. They're kind of what we call sweet leaves, and they will decompose fairly rapidly.
And that's wonderful, I think. Okay, thank y'all very much.
Thank you, Beth.
Thank you, Beth.
Okay.
Good, always good talking to you.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. 210-308-8867. Could probably sneak in another call. 210-308-8867. But call quickly. Let's see. Yeah, Beth's a good caller. And Beth was, we were talking about Friedrich Park. She was, I think, did she say she was part of the group that kind of...
Did she help spearhead
I think she's one of the friends, I think.
Yeah.
But Beth has studies lichen.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's very interesting about all her
Alice,
work.
algae, and Freddie fungi took a liking to each other.
See, I was trying to remember that, but I couldn't. I
had a kid tell me that once. I hadn't heard it until I was an adult. I was like, that's a good.
That's a good one. Yeah,
that's a good one.
Beth, you'll have to remember that. Beth,
I'm sure she's heard that.
Beth probably knows that.
She knows that one.
Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, let's see. We only have a couple minutes left. Karen, thank you for coming in and being a part of the show. Anything that you want to bring up before we wrap it up? Anything that you can think of?
No, just don't forget it's winter averaging if you're a SAS customer, which means if you turn off your sprinkler system and take advantage of Mother Nature providing rain, then it saves you money all year. So just be especially mindful of your water use until we get through about March, because this is the time of year that determines your sewer bill for the rest of the year.
Good advice. Mark, how about you?
Oh, on that same note is your lawns don't really need to be watered, and a lot of your native plants certainly do not need to be watered during the winter time. So turn off that irrigation system. You know, don't necessarily need it.
Nope, that's not more good advice. And that goes back to Karen's thing, too, is you're something that's not needed, and you're possibly doing yourself a harm by raising your sewage.
Your sewer bill. If you use a lot of water in the winter, that hits your sewer bill the rest of the year.
Okay. And just have to remind everybody, hey, SAS provides a free service with their technicians. Come out. If you have any qualms, any issues, any worries about your irrigation system, well,
call us at 704-SAVE and
CC number.
Schedule an expert to come out.
Yeah, very cool. Did you ever figure out what you were going to, because you've been here now for 2 days and seeing lots of stuff, anything come to mind on that little strip between the sidewalk and the street?
In the house I live in now, I don't have that. Okay. I don't have the
you don't have that
strip. No.
Oh.
I'm of the yucca school of thought for the Inferno strip and other similarly very tough plants.
Okay.
So on that, similar to that, the spikes and mounds. So I go. I go with my red yucca, and then I'm going to go with some skullcap or new gold lantana or creeping germander or other low growing plants. There's some other. Woolly Stomodia. That's what I'm looking for.
Interesting.
Okay. I was thinking about the sweet potato vine, letting it spread.
That would be an excellent one.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll try that a little bit. All right, Karen, thank you again for coming in for Calvin. It's great having you. And thanks to everybody for listening. Don't forget, Millburgers has got the big celebration next Saturday and Sunday here at Millburgers. Check out millburgernursery.com for more details. And thanks to Al for doing a great job as always. I'm Milton Glueck. We'll see you next Saturday and Sunday back here at Millburgers, 1604 on Boulevardy Road, and, of course, on 9:30 a.m., The Answer.